दुष्टदूरा दुराचारा शमनी दोषवर्जिता सर्वज्ञा सान्द्रकरुणा समानाधिकवर्जिता सर्वशक्तिमयी सर्वमङ्गला सद्गतिप्रदा सर्वेश्वरी सर्वमयी सर्वमन्त्रस्वरूपिणी सर्वयन्त्रात्मिका सर्वतन्त्ररूपा मनोन्मनी महेश्वरी महादेवी महालक्ष्मी मृडप्रिया.
Unattainable by sinners. Dushtadura. The Devi Bhagavata Purana says, those who argue sophistically never worship Devi, the ruler of the universe, the benevolent, putting an end to evil customs. Durachara Shamani. Evil customs are contrary to the scriptures concerning this. More will be said below, as she quickly destroys all the sins of men committed by neglecting the daily rites and observing the prohibited ones. Devoid of faults, dosha, passion, hatred, etc. Omniscient, Sarvagnya. The Shruti, Mundokya Upanishad, Part 1, verse 1 to 9, say, one who perceives all and knows all. The Devi Purana also, as she knows everything, she is called omniscient. Intense compassion, having neither equal nor superior. The Shruti says, no one is seen equal or superior to him. Possessing all Shaktis, Sarva Shaktimayi, the text now sets forth her qualified form, Saguna. She is not to be separated from any of the Shaktis, such as Bala, Bagala, etc. Or she is the aggregate of all the divine powers. In the Lakshmi Trayi of Pancharatna, Devi says to Indra, O Indra, I am Mahalakshmi. In the Swayambhuva Kalpa, I was born as the slayer of Mahisha, Daitya, for the well being of all Devas. Those portions of my powers which entered the bodies of the Devas together became my supremely beautiful form. My powers, O Indra, became manifest in the form of the weapons of the Devas. The Markandeya Purana explains the same in detail. Sarva may mean infinite because the Linga Purana says the wise recognize whatever energies belong to objects as Gauri, the source of all good fortune, Sarva Mangala. The Devi Purana says she gives all good fortune longed for in the heart, all desired good objects. Hence, she is called Sarvamangala, and she removes the pain of the devotees and gives to Hara all the best and the choicest things. Hence, Sarvamangala. Thus ends the third Kala, called Dhumrika, with the second hundred in the Saubhagya Bhaskara, composed by Sri Bhāskararāya. The third hundred, leading into the right path, Sadgati Prada. Sadgati includes all the stages from Swarga to Moksha, or Sat, Brahman, Gati, knowledge, or Sat, of wise, Gati, goal. For it is said by great men, thou art the way, thou alone art the way, O Bhavani. The Padma Purana says, O king, he who worships Devi at 3 times on the 14th day goes to the supreme abode where Devi is, having performed in a large or small scale the rites according to his means. He shrines in the world of Rudra, Thus, in the 4 chapters, the above book treats of the rites and ceremonies of worship which lead to all the worlds. Ruler of all, Sarveshwari. Because she is the ruler of all, she leads into the right path. All, Sarvamayi. Without non separation, there cannot be unlimited dominion. Hence, this name, Sarva, includes all the tattvas from earth to Shiva. The Kamika says there are 224 words. These should be meditated upon if they were the hairs on the body of the Lord. This is the Bhuvana method. One who praises by means of the 50 letters should meditate on them as on the skin of the Lord of the Devas, the holder of the trident. This is the letter method. One should meditate on the blood of Shiva by means of the 7 crores of mantras which arise from the root Vidyas, Vedas. This is the mantra method. The words of the mantras, which are various according to different arrangements, stand for the flesh and the blood vessels of the Lord. This is the word. The 36 tattvas, beginning with the earth, are the forms, that is Shiva's, sinews, bones, and marrows. This process the comprehensors of the Vedas call the tattva method. She is the very essence of all mantras, Sarva Mantra Swarupini. This and the next 2 following names together express the previous name, mantras, namely 7 crores of mantras. Sundari Tapaniya Upanishad says many mantras are arranged on either side of the Vidya, the 15 syllabled mantra. This is more clearly explained by the Gaudapada in 7 sutras, and the commentator of them also explains that she is the essence of all the mantras. She is the soul of all yantras, Sarva Yantramika, yantras, Arghata, Argala, etc. She is the spirit of all tantras, Sarva Tantra Rupa. Tantras are Vamakeshwara and others, or she is to be sought after by the means of all the tantras. It is said many paths, different according to the scriptures, and all leading to success, merge in thee alone as the rivers do in the ocean. These agamas, as her body, the Kamika says, Kamika, the lotus feet, Yogaja, ankles, and Karana, and Prashta, the toes, Ajita, the knees, Deepta, the thighs, Anshumat, back, Suprabheda, navel, Vijaya, stomach, Nishwasa, heart, Swayambhuva, the bosom, Anala, the 3 eyes, Viragama, throat, Rurutantra, ears, Makuta, crown, Vipula, arms, Chandragyana, chest, Bimba, lotus face, Prodgita, tongue, Lalita, cheeks, Siddha, forehead, Shantana, earrings, Kirana, red colored gems, Vatula, garments, all other auxiliary and supplementary tantras, the hair on the body. Thus, the body of the great queen should be contemplated on under the form of the tantras. Manonmani. Manonmani is the eighth place from the center between the eyebrows just below the Brahmarandra. Being of that form, she is so called. The Swachanda Sangraha says there is a Shakti, the cause of all causes, and above that comes Unmani. In that center, there is no time or space, no tattva, no deity, complete freedom, purity, supremacy, what is called Rudravaktra, month of Rudra. This is called the Shakti of Shiva. In it, there is neither subject nor object, spotless. So, in this Shruti, Rudradhyaya, salutation to Vamadeva, supreme excellence, it is explained that the Shakti of Shiva is named Manonmani. The Tripura Upanishad also mentions that when the mind, free from the attachment to object, fixed on the heart, attains the state of Unmani, then the supreme abode one reaches. Again, Manonmani is a kind of mudra according to the Yoga Shastra. Its characteristics are described thus. By this process, the eyes neither close nor open, by which breath is neither inhaled nor exhaled, and the mind is a blank, neither speculating nor doubting. Direct that Manonmani towards me. The Brahmanda Naradiya Purana says, when the process of meditation, meditator, and the object of meditation are entirely destroyed, then Unmani stage arises. Consequently, he enjoys the ambrosia of wisdom, or the minds of the devotees are raised to Unmayante, the higher knowledge, Unma, a lifting up. Maheshwari, the wife of Maheshwara, the Shruti Mahanarayana Upanishad, Part 2, verse 8, referring to Maheshwara says, it is the Swara, Omkara, which is proclaimed in the beginning of the Vedas and also established at the end, and which is involved in its nature on the syllables, indicates him who is supreme, Maheshwara. Here, the Shruti declares Maheshwara as transcending the three gunas. The Linga Purana says, in his dark quality, Tamas, he is called Rudra, the destroyer; in his passionate quality, Rajas, the one born from the golden egg, Brahma; in his pure quality, Sattva, he is the all pervading Vishnu, devoid of the three qualities, Nirguna, he is Maheshwara. He is Maheshwara, whose emblem, Linga, is worshipped by persons possessing purity of mind and practicing celibacy. The Bharata also says he is the Lord of all creation and the Lord of human greatness. The Vatula Shuddha Agama speaks of Maheshwara as the aggregate of 25 tattvas. Mahadevi, the great Devi, great, whose body is immeasurable. The Devi Purana says her body is immense and cannot be computed by any measurements. The root Maha means worship. Hence, she is termed Mahadevi or Shiva in his eighth form, namely that of the moon, is known as Mahadeva. His wife is Rohini. His son is Mercury, Buddha. The Linga and Vayu Puranas corroborate the same. According to the Padma Purana, Mahadevi is the presiding deity at the Chakratirtha and on the Gandaki river. Mahalakshmi, she is the presiding deity at the Karavira, Kolhapur, according to the Padma Purana. Or Maha, great, Lakshmi, the wife of Vishnu. According to Mailara Trayanika Upanishad, Mahala is the name of a Daitya whom she destroyed, Sya and Kshapa, to kill. Hence, she is called Mahalasa and Mahalakshmi, residing on the shore of the Western Sea at the foot of the Sahya mountain. The Shiva Purana concerning Shiva says, the beautiful azure, Shyama, all fascinating, supreme Shakti seated on the lap of Shiva is called Mahalakshmi. The Ayushya Sukta says, Sri Lakshmi, Lakshmi is called Parvati. The Markandeya Purana also says, Mahalakshmi is the origin of everything, manifested as the three gunas. Again, according to Dhaumya Smriti, a girl of 13 years of age is called Mahalakshmi, beloved of Mrida, Mrida Priya, Mrida, happiness. Shiva in his sattvika qualities is called Mrida. The Mahimannastava says, I bow down to Mrida, who predominates in sattvika nature for the sake of conferring happiness on the men.
महारूपा महापूज्या महापातकनाशिनी महामाया महासत्त्वा महाशक्तिर्महारथिः महाभोगा महेश्वर्या महावीर्या महाबला महाबुद्धिर्महासिद्धिर्महायोगीश्वरेश्वरी महातन्त्रा महामन्त्रा महायन्त्रा महासना महायागक्रमाराध्या महाभैरवपूजिता.
Great shape, Maharupa, great, supreme form, that is, supreme over the other four forms. The Vishnu Purana, Part 1, Verse 2 says, Purusha, O twice born, this is the first form of Supreme Brahman. Then the manifested five gross elements, and the unmanifested, Prarthana, and the lastly time. The enlightened see the supreme abode of Vishnu, which transcends these four Pradhana, Purusha, Vyakta, and time. These four forms, Pradhana, Purusha, Vyakta, and time, in their due proportions, are the causes of the production of the phenomena of creation, preservation, and destruction. Mighty object of worship, Mahapujya. This is worshipped even by Shiva and others. The Padma and Devi Bhagavata Purana say Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, Kubera, Vishwadevas, Vayu, Vasu, Varuna, Agni, Shakra, Surya, Soma, Grahas, planets, the Rakshasas, Pishachas, Mantraganas, etc., worship respectively by means of mantra, stone, blue stone, gold, silver, copper, brass, crystal, gems, pearls, coral, lapis, lazuli, tin, adamant, and iron, etc. According to some, Agni, Shukra, and Surya worship only idols made of gems. Destroying great sins, Mahapatakanashini, the Brahmanda Purana says, the highest expiation of all sin, whether committed knowingly or unknowingly, is brought about by the remembrance of the feet of Supreme Shakti. The Brahmotra Khandas also says, briefly, I will tell you in half a verse that the worship of Shiva destroys the crime of even 100 murders, literally, even of 100 murders of Brahmanas. According to the Artharatnavali, great sins, the killing of heroes in the Saubhagya Ratnakara and other works in the chapter on expiation, the rules for repeating the Panchadashi mantra according to the crime are explained. The great illusion, Mahamaya, because she creates confusion to Brahma, etc., the Markandeya Purana says that divine Devi, Mahamaya, forcibly draws away the minds of even the sages and leads them into confusion. The Kalika Purana says, she who always makes him devoid of knowledge, the being who possessed knowledge of his real nature, whilst in the womb, compelled him to take birth by means of the winds of delivery and leads him by reason of the samskara of previous births to desire of food, etc. Thence into confusion, egotism, doubt, subsequently compelling him again and again to undergo the stages of anger, distress, and greediness, and then leads him into sensual desire and causing anxiety day and night, producing sometimes pleasure and sometimes pain, is called Mahamaya, great illusion. Hence, she is the ruler of the universe, or according to one lexicon, Maya means pride and compassion. Then Mahamaya means full of compassion. The great reality, Mahasattva, Sattva, existence, strength, quality, and being. The Vishwa says Sattva means quality of friends, etc., strength, things, and reality. The great energy, Mahashakti, because she is the energy of the whole universe. The Yadava says Shakti, power, strength, strife, weapon. The Vishnu Purana says, just as the brightness of a fire is spread abroad, so the energy of the Supreme Brahman spreads throughout the whole world, just as the brightness is greater or less according to the distance of the fire, so it is with this energy, O Maitreya. The great delight, Maharati, because sages find more delight in her than in the worldly things. O Maharati, the wife of Mahakama, the great extension, Mahabhoga, extension that is of the earth, etc., or bhoga, joy, wealth, etc., the great sovereignty, Maheshwarya, the great strength, Mahavirya, strength. According to the Vishwa, Virya means semen, might, glory, and strength. The great might, Mahabala. The Vishwa says Bala, small, taste, color, soul, corpulence, army, Balarama, one of the Daityas, Mahabali, and a crow. If Bala means a crow, Bhushunda, etc., crows, became great by the grace of Devi. There is in the Yoga Vasishta an address from Bhushunda. We are 21 crows, brothers, sons of Chanda, by us together with our sisters. The great Devi was worshipped for a long time. After finishing her contemplation, Devi herself, wishing to bless us, favored us. Thus we were liberated. 13th verse divides 40 names. The great intelligence, Mahabuddhi. When the intelligence is directed towards her, nothing remains to be known. The Shruti, Chandogya Upanishad, part 6, verse 1 says, which, when known, the whole universe is known, or from whom one obtains the highest, Mahat, intelligence, the great attainment, Mahasiddhi. This is to be explained in two ways, as in the preceding instance. The Siddhis are the well known superhuman powers, namely Anima, etc. Other Siddhis are also explained in the Skanda Purana. The first Siddhi is the manifestation of taste when no object is tasted. The second is the overcoming of the pairs of opposites. The third is the being both superior and inferior, that is, he perceives no difference of degree. The fourth is the indifference towards the conditions of pleasure, pain, and life. The fifth, called without sorrow, Vishoka, is illuminator of body. The sixth is steadfastness in penance and contemplation of the Supreme Self. The seventh is the power of the unrestrained motion through space. And the eighth is the power of suspension, that is, uniform equilibrium. The ruler of great rulers, Mahayogeshwari, the great Tantra, Mahatantra, great because they confer many results. The Tantras are Kularnava, Jnanarnava, and others. The great mantra, Mahamantra, The mantras are Bala, Bagala, and others. The great yantra, Mahayantra. The yantras, magical figures, are Puja Chakra, Padma Chakra, Amritka Gadha, and Merulinga, etc. Or Tantra, number 226. The Swatantra Tantra, mantra number 227. Sri Vidya and Yantra, Siddha Vajra. These Tantra, etc., are the best Mahat belonging to Devi. The Swatantra Tantras is also called because it is dependent on no other. It is said in that, O Great One, all tantras formerly described by you only create mental confusion since they depend on one another. Therefore, O Lord, relate to me my independent tantra. Thus asked, listen, I will tell you the Kadimata, Swatantra Tantra, which is complete and depends upon no other, to be concealed with all care. The concealment is enjoined in the tantras. The Saundarya Lahari of Acharya also says, verse 31, the Lord of Being stood after promulgating 64 tantras, each of which confers some siddhi. Then again, by your intentness, your tantra, which is independently capable of conferring all objects of desire, was brought to this world. Concerning mantra, number 227. Sri Vidya is the best of mantras, etc., and supported by 1,000 other sayings, which can be found in the Kularnava and the Shakti Rahasya. The Nitya Tantra says, regarding the Siddha Vajra Tantra, he who regards as equal to other Vidyas with the Vidya of Lalita, also this mantra with other mantras, and this yantra with other yantras, that man is only bewildered in mind. The great seat, Mahasana, the seat, the 36 tattvas, beginning with the earth, which are her seat. The Devi Bhagavata Purana says, the Divine One remains dwelling in all tattvas, worshipped by the method Mahayaga. Mahayaga is the worship of 64 yoginis from Akshobhya who are part of Amsha, Brahmi, etc. Other rites give some results. This gives a quicker results. The Shashwata, a lexicon says, Krama means energy, arrangement, moving, and shaking. O Mahayaga, explained in Bhavanopanishad, number 84, is most secret and is it to be accomplished by Shiva yogins alone. This method is given in detail in the commentary on in the Prayogavidhi compiled by us, worshipped by Mahabhairava, Mahabhairava Pujita. Bhairava is Paramashiva, the accompanier of creation, preservation, and destruction of the universe. Each letter in the word of Bhairava has a meaning. Bha, creation, Bharana, preservation, Ramana, and Va, destruction, Vamana, literally to vomit. Padma Purana says Shambhu, the origin of the universe, worships the beneficent Devi who is the Shakti of the mantras, holding the rosary in his hand by means of Nyasa. The Lalitopakhyaنا says the Lord Mahashambhu, by a great sacrifice, caused Lalita to become manifest from the altar of the fire of consciousness.
महेश्वर महाकल्पा महाताण्डवसाक्षिणी महाकामेश महिषी महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी.
Mahakalpa, the great dissolution, Pralaya, great dance, is caused by the fact that the self alone remaining and having become bliss after the universe has been drawn into it, as at that time there is no other beside herself. she is the witness. Panchadashistava says, your form alone is excellent, having the noose, elephant hook, bow of sugar cane, and the arrow of flowers. Wide names 8 to 11 for the meaning of these, and witnessing the dance of the axe bearing Parabhairava. Shiva, in his aspect of destruction, started at the time of his drawing the universe into himself. The Devi Bhagavata Purana also says, this Devi, at the dissolution of the universe, having drawn the universe into herself, sports, having absorbed the souls, linga, of all beings in her own body. The Vashishta book, part 6, part 2, chapter 81, by more than 100 verses, after describing the wonderful and terrible dance of these two, Shiva and Devi, concludes, having a garland on his breast, having the wings of an eagle as his head ornaments, filled with red liquor, holding in his hand the great horn of the buffalo of Yama, death, dancing to the sounds of his music, such as Dimba, Dimba, Sudimba, Pacha, Pacha, Jhamya, Jhamya, Prajamya. May Bhairava with his spouse, called Kalaratri, who delights in dissolution, worshipped, protect you, the wife of Mahakameshwara, the great Tripurasundari, Tripura, city of the three, that is, the measurer, the measuring, and the thing measured.
चतुष्षष्ट्युपचाराढ्या चतुष्षष्टिकलामयी महाचतुष्षष्टिकोटि योगिनी गणसेविता मनुविद्या चन्द्रविद्या चन्द्रमण्डलमध्यगा चारुरूपा चारुहासा चारुचन्द्रकलाधरा.
To be adored by 64 ceremonies, Chatushashtupacharadhya. These are enumerated by the holy Parashurama in his Kalpasutra, part 4, verse 5. In other tantras, 8 more ceremonies are given, wearing the flowers after dedication, Guru and the devotees, worshipping the Shaiva books, sacrificing in the fire of Shiva, receiving water which has washed the feet of Shiva, and performing the full ceremony called Pranagnihotra. All these 72 are explained in our work Varivashya Rahasya in the Puja chapter. 64 sciences, Chatushakti Kalamayi. These are differently enumerated in Sharnagadhariya, Sridhara, Katha Kosha, and in the Lakshmi Pitika, and these are set forth by us. The knowledge of the 18 letters, Lipi, and the power of writing and reading these quickly, the knowledge of different languages, composing verses in them, gambling 7 to 14, the 4 Vedas, and 4 auxiliary Vedas, 15 to 26, the 26 auxiliary sciences, Tantra, Purana, Smriti, poetry, rhetoric, drama, pacifying, controlling, attracting, enmity, ruining by magical practices, and killing. The art of opposing the effects of motion, water, sight, fire, weapons, speech, and semen. Training elephants, horses, chariots, and men. The knowledge of divination of by bodily marks, samudrika, gymnastics, cooking, and power. Over snakes, Garuda Vidya, Sushira, Anadha, Ghana, creating illusion, Indrajala, dancing, singing, alchemy, knowledge of gems, thieving, knowledge of the pulse, and disappearance, thus led down by the poet Bhaskara, the 64 sciences, after examining them, or Kala, works, the 64 of them are enumerated in the Vamakeshwara Traya, attended by the 64 great crores of bands of yoginis. the Brahmi and other 7 divinities. Each has 8 Shaktis, Akshobhya, etc., who are the parts of them. Hence, there are 64 Akshobhyas. Each has a crore of bands. Really speaking, these 64 crores mean, according to the Tantra Raja, different Shaktis. In Lalita's 9 chakras, O beloved one, there are many Shaktis, numbering to 64 crores. The great means 9 times multiplied. Amongst the 9 chakras, the Trilokya Mohana in each chakra, separately, there are 64 of yogins, 64 crores of yoginis dwelling. The total number comes to 5 Abja, 7 Arbuda, and 6 crores of Shaktis. Manovidya. The Sri Vidya is of 12 kinds of differentiated according to 12 devotees: Manu, Chandra, Kubera, Lopamudra, Manmatha, Agastya, Agni, Surya, Indra, Skanda, Shiva, and Krodha Bhattaraka, Durvasa. These are the devotees of Devi. The description of each of these mantras is given in the Jnana Narnava. Chandravidya, residing in the center of the moon's disk, Chandra Mandala Madhyaga, because Kundalini breaks through the moon in the pericarp of the 1,000 petal lotus, or in the evening prayer, the ceremony to obtain long life, etc. Devi should be contemplated in the moon's disk. In the Shiva Purana, Shiva says to Devi, I am residing in the head of fire, you are residing in the head of the moon. Thus, the world consisting of fire and the moon is upheld by us. The secret meaning in the moon's disk is the Sri Chakra itself, exquisite beauty, Charurupa, with beautiful smile, Charuhasa. The moon is thy sweet smile. This saying means there is a certain stage of consciousness, Prabodha, which gives the highest bliss and which should be known from a guru alone. Thus, a commentator explains this name, wearing a beautiful crescent moon, Charu Chandra Kaladhara. Charu, neither waxing nor waning. Chandrakala is everlasting kala, Sada, in the form of consciousness, or Chandrakala is the daughter of a king. To her, in a dream, Devi appeared and told her to marry a prince by name Sudarshana, who was worshipping Devi, Kamaraja Bija. According to that story, the meaning is Charu. Rightly, Dhara supports. Wide Devi Bhagavata Purana, Book 3.
चराचर जगन्नाथ चक्रराजनिकेतना पाद्मती पद्मनयना पद्मरागसमप्रभा दुष्टदूरा दुराचारा शमनी दोषवर्जिता सर्वज्ञा सान्द्रकरुणा समानाधिकवर्जिता सर्वशक्तिमयी सर्वमङ्गला सद्गतिप्रदा सर्वेश्वरी सर्वमयी सर्वमन्त्रस्वरूपिणी सर्वयन्त्रात्मिका सर्वतन्त्ररूपा मनोन्मनी महेश्वरी महादेवी महालक्ष्मी मृडप्रिया महारूपा महापूज्या महापातकनाशिनी महामाया महासत्त्वा महाशक्तिर्महारतिः महाभोगा महेश्वर्या महावीर्या महाबला महाबुद्धिर्महासिद्धिर्महायोगीश्वरेश्वरी महातन्त्रा महामन्त्रा महायन्त्रा महासना महायागक्रमाराध्या महाभैरवपूजिता महेश्वर महाकल्पा महाताण्डवसाक्षिणी महाकामेश महिषी महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी चतुष्षष्ट्युपचाराढ्या चतुष्षष्टिकलामयी महाचतुष्षष्टिकोटि योगिनी गणसेविता मनुविद्या चन्द्रविद्या चन्द्रमण्डलमध्यगा चारुरूपा चारुहासा चारुचन्द्रकलाधरा चराचर जगन्नाथ चक्रराजनिकेतना पाद्मती पद्मनयना पद्मरागसमप्रभा